Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Cave Digger 2. Not to be confused with Cave Digger 2 Dig Harder. That was a VR-only game that was released some time ago. Now, this Cave Digger 2, slated for release on November 15th, 2023, which is tomorrow for me, is a non-VR game. You do not need a VR headset in order to play it. You can play it single player, or you can play it up to with 3 other people if you want to. And I'll be honest with you folks, this is going to be more of like a first impressions thing. I did not really enjoy my experience. I typically like games like this, and that you are going to go down into these procedurally generated mine shafts. It's the same mine shaft, but every time you go down, it generates differently. And you mine out resources, you shoot enemies, you go back up to the surface with your goods, you deposit the goods, and then you buy more stuff, whether it be like building unlocks or new tools like shovels and the like. You know, all of that is there. However, my biggest problem with this game was just how janky it was in general. For example, shooting and combat in this game was extremely janky. Like, trying to aim at an enemy just didn't feel very fluid. Even when you're swinging your pickaxe at something, just by accidentally moving it against a rock will dig it. It's weird. Like, you can just ram your pickaxe into something and it'll dig that thing. You don't even need to swing it, which is weird. But if you do decide to swing it, it's still not very fluid. It doesn't feel right. Like, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at Deep Rock Galactic, which is a 4-player dwarf mining game where you and a bunch of dwarves are going to go down into these randomly procedurally generated maps, dig out ore, shoot aliens, bugs, all that good stuff. Like, so it's got a similar theme, and even with Deep Rock there is permanent progression, but the mining in that game felt so good. It was fantastic. There are some cool things about this one. I did like sometimes you'll find these safes, for example, and you have to put in the correct, like, it gives you a puzzle via this note card, and you have to, like, solve it, and you open the loot. So it's a riddle. The problem with that is that if you bump not the notepad, but like the note card, and it flips upside down, or it flips into an area where it's too light or too dark, you can't read it. That's a problem. Like, you have to, like, hit the notepad, the note, in order to, like, flip it up. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I accidentally, like, bumped into the note while I was trying to read it, and it went into this bright light area, and based on the reflection of the light, I simply couldn't read it. Like I said, in between, though, this is what would keep me coming back to the game, but I just don't like the gameplay enough to keep doing so. There's a store where, you know, as you keep playing and earning money, you can buy various tools. There's shovels, detectors, gold pans. You can buy upgrades to your existing revolver. There's even, like, environment tools, like, or just environment in general, where you can put down cabins and change your look. Yeah, my co-op partner, my fiance, had no legs. It was one of those very janky looking models where it was the same model too, but I'm guessing with that cabin you can change your appearance. There's also one outfit. It's like $1 million t-shirt, which didn't look all that appealing to me anyway. But yeah, multiplayer wasn't too bad. You can just click on someone on your Steam's list in game and invite them, and they got the thing. And once you're done with all of that in between stuff, you go into the shaft, you go down, and the lower you go into the shaft, the harder the enemies get, supposedly. But yeah, you just survive. You've got 3 health. And, you know, enemies will shoot at you. You can die. That's a thing. When I died, I just had this heart that spawned, it was a red stain something. And she just clicked it, and I revived instantly. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but like a barrel exploding in this game is just, the effects just leave a lot to be desired, is what I guess is what I'm trying to say. It just doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel fluid. The overall art style, it's just, ugh. And again, the objects tend to blend in with the floor. 9 times out of 10, when I dig out something, I can't find it in the environment because it blends in too well. There's no like highlight ability, like based on what I've seen, no highlight ability to where I can, I want to highlight all the ore around me so I can easily find it and pick it up. Or better yet, I wish I could just automatically pick up the ore as I'm digging it out. But no, that's not a thing either. So all in all, like, did I enjoy this game? The answer is no. There are other Deep Rock Galactic. Just if you want to play a cooperative digging game with ore and shooting enemies, just play that. It's so much more fleshed out than this. I'm sorry, and I know I'm trying to be as nice as possible here, but I gotta be honest. I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit here and sell out and pretend that I like something that I don't. I found this to be way too janky. The art style was just very janky. It didn't feel good. The digging didn't feel good. The shooting didn't feel good. Cave Digger 1, I played for about, I want to say 5+ hours because I was enjoying it. The animations were smooth. Not in this game. Everything feels janky in this game. So I would actually rather go back to Cave Digger 1 because it actually supports a non-VR mode. Yeah, weird. So, like, the only thing that would keep me coming back to this is I want to see what all the unlocks are. But I have so many other games in my library that I just probably don't care at this point. I'd rather go play something else. So I'm sorry, it's just, this was a miss for me, but maybe you'll like it. Like I said, there is a free-to-play demo that you can play if you want to give that a try before you end up buying it. Like I said, it'll be releasing tomorrow, November 15th, 2023. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. Catch you all next time. Take care.